Questions about what's next for Google after it was dealt a major legal blow. A judge ruled the search engine holds an illegal monopoly over the internet in a ruling that could impact how millions of people look for things online. CTV's Colton Praill is tracking the story for us from Ottawa. So this is big, Colton. Just put into perspective the significance of the judge's decision.
Marcia, this is huge. It's the biggest antitrust case, especially in the tech sector, in decades. The last time we were really talking about something like this was Microsoft in the 90s and whether they had an operating system monopoly. That case eventually settled. But this is enormous. And to put it in perspective, Google does billions and billions, 8.5 of queries per day. They have almost 90% of search engine traffic around the world, 95 on mobile devices. And what this is about isn't necessarily the app that you use on your phone to search. If you use Chrome or DuckDuckGo or Safari, whatever it might be that you use, it's not the app itself, it's where that app takes you when you enter in a question or you enter in a search query. And that is something that Google pays billions and billions of dollars for. In 2022, just for Safari, they paid $20 billion to Apple to be the default search engine. And this judge says the result of payments like that, and that's not the only one, they pay these to Samsung and a number of other mobile providers. The result of these payments is that they've created an environment where they are able to charge more and more money for the services that they offer, such as search engine ads, while delivering a product that isn't improving. And ultimately, that's the issue, that this product is not getting better for consumers, even though in this same ruling, the judge points out that Google is the best search engine out there. He says it is widely viewed as such. And so we're seeing that Google says they're going to appeal. They are particularly upset that even the ruling itself says that they are the best candidate for search engines. But really, this question comes down to how many consumers are using Google because it's the default compared to because it's the best option available. And this is a question that's really going to be important to answer when we talk about penalties moving forward.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, Colton, it's the only search engine. I mean, it's a verb now. Google that. Google this.
That's just it. During hits, I find myself speaking about that. It is ubiquitous with searching. And so the challenge here is what happens next, right? Because part of what we've seen in previous cases like this is companies using their abundance of wealth to support their competitors to ensure that they're in a non-competitive space. So it's already been said, for example, Microsoft could be a big winner out of this because it opens the door for more people to use Bing, or for Bing to suddenly become a default browser on Microsoft platforms. So if you had an Android, for example, that might suddenly become the default, or companies like DuckDuckGo, who have been trying to break into the market for years. Opera, another one that's been trying to break into the market for years but been unable to do so effectively. Suddenly it opens the doors for those companies a little bit. But certainly I don't think we're going to see an exodus away from Chrome and from Google. And so the question then becomes, what does the company need to do to become compliant, to not be operating as a monopoly in this space? And it's a question that doesn't have an answer yet, because there's an entire new trial that's going to happen in September specifically regarding those questions. What needs to happen in this industry to make it a little more fair?
Colton Praill for us in Ottawa. Colton, thanks so much.